So yes, would you like a mystery reading, or would you like me to connect to a particular question? Let me know if so. Be happy to. Yes, so now I'm really excited and looking forward to having the second one done and seeing what that does for me. And just not having this, ever since I was in primary school, my third year of primary school, I was wearing glasses, really high prescription as well. So this is like a huge paradigm shift for me, huge. Mystery reading. Okay, let's do it, shall we? I don't know if I've read for you ever. I think I might have done so, actually. I think I remember having read to you before. Okay, lovely. So let's tune into the energy of Sasha. What does she need to know that is for her highest goods at the moment? The first thing that I saw is your energy kind of elevating, and I kind of felt like I was wondering if that was a sense of like it had a sort of sense of the vibration rising, kind of like it's definitely been a shift in the energy. But I'm also seeing a little bit of ungroundedness at the moment, and there's a sense that get yourself to ground a little bit more at the moment. It would be really helpful to bring your energy to ground. It almost feels like there was a little bit of a sense of a tunnel vision. And if not tunnel vision, it might not be the right word. There was a sense like there was kind of a lot of energy work, a lot of inner work being done. And that kind of created this sort of like interesting shift in your energy body. But let it kind of settle now. It's almost like this thing, let it settle. You're moving home right now? You're moving. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Well, that's interesting then, because the move feels like a really positive move, because this is happening in the context of the energy, the vibration shifting and the energy shifting. Do you like where you're making the move to right now? It feels like a very positive thing, and I'm seeing lots of flowers there. I'm seeing kind of, it feels like a really bright energy, and like it's a positive move. It feels like that. Yes, yeah, definitely. So that makes sense. That's currently going on, that there's the energy of ungroundedness. So what does Sasha need to know that would help her make the most of her transition to her new home? Sing music, obviously spending your time in your home. Make sure quiet and place to focus on work. Yes, it really, you know what is interesting? Like it felt like a really cozy vibe, like you making it yours in a way that maybe didn't quite feel the same way before. It feels like very like a sense of independence and a sense of growth. But I really get this feeling like you're making this place yours. Like it really feels very fun. I'm seeing you sitting down in wooden floors. I don't know if you're going to have wooden floors, but I'm seeing wooden floors in the house in the imagery I'm getting, playing some music and like really making it cozy and like really comfortable for you. And it feels like it's giving you like a real sense of joy being in that space and creating from that. And I'm getting a reference. I don't know if it's necessarily a reference to a physical garden, but a sense that you'll be growing creatively there quite well. And that it just gives me a lot of joy, to be honest, Sasha, the new space. Hi, Lacey. I'm getting really joyful energy. And it's going to really help you flourish creatively in your work, in all your endeavors. I'm getting a lot of like sacral and solar plexus strengthening from it with your, I guess, because it's like the confidence that comes from having your place. There's a sense that, yeah, and the sacral is all about that creativity and you kind of getting into getting really stuck into projects and stuff. Yeah, just a really lovely vibration right now with this home. Take your time. I'm getting the word savor the experience. And I'm being shown that especially about the beginning of you moving into the space. Like savor the experience of that being a new home. Don't worry about everything needing to be out of the box immediately. It feels like such a nice vibe, this new home. Like really nice. It's going to be like a really beautiful place for you. Really beautiful energetically. It's really going to strengthen who you are, and really you'll feel very much in your element. It's very cozy, tucked away, and I haven't been finding that space to create where I am. Okay. That's why I get a lot of the space around creativity, and just your sense of self is going to feel very clear there. It's going to feel really happy. Feels like a very happy. Do you have a tree? I see kind of shade from one tree. Some of those things are symbolic, but I feel like it's almost like working really well with the elements around and the nature, and it feels like a really nice. I really want to move in. But yeah, it's going to be very supportive. Do you have any more specific questions about? Yeah, because the message was around grounding and really kind of letting yourself kind of like, yes, a lot of nature around. That's how it feels. And it feels like working with the elements of the nature is going to be so beautiful for you. It's so kind of grounding, but also part of that creativity. It's going to inspire a lot. What is best for Sasha to do as she's kind of to really celebrate the space and really mark the new home, like really, what's the word? Celebrate that. I'm seeing you whistling and singing there. Yeah, just really kind of strengthening your voice through it and finding your voice even more. Okay. I'm really being given the message, let the home support you. And it's funny because like sometimes we run around making the home like to clean it, to do this, to that, da 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 da. And he's saying like, let the home be that for you. Don't worry. It's not about what you can do for the home. It's what the home can do for you and the land and everything. So let the home kind of nurture you, nourish you, support you, and give you everything you need, as opposed to what you're going to do for it. I don't know what this message came. I guess especially when we move it in place, we're thinking, oh, let's unbox and this and that. It says like, savor the experience, don't rush it. And kind of like, yeah. Why do I keep on seeing wooden floors? Do you have wooden floors on it? Like I'm seeing wooden floors. Kind of really shiny wooden floor. It looks lovely. Just a really fun, really joyful kind of, yeah, a fun sort of transition. It feels very supportive for all your projects and endeavors. Ladies, please leave your questions. Let me know if you have a specific question or if you would like a mystery reading from me, which means that you don't tell me anything. I just tune into the energy. And yeah, so feel free to leave your questions if you want to be read on. I'd love to do that. But Sasha, that feels lovely. Let me just pick a card for you. Yeah, I'll take this. This is exactly how it feels. Can you see? Hold on. Give me a sec. I'll show you. The card the Sun makes so much sense at the moment for you because it's so much about, this is the energy that feels around your home right now and your transition. It's terrazzo, but I would imagine wooden. Okay, interesting. So look, this is you in your new home, right? Like you're kind of having so much like beautiful energy around where you're located and where you're moving, and the flowers and everything. I kept on seeing flowers as well. It just feels like you can't get a better card than the Sun, to be honest. So this is so much fun. I wish you so much. Yeah, I wish you the best, Sasha. It feels lovely. Very nice. And yes, the grounding thing is like, it's only, I mean, of course, when you're moving, you'll feel ungrounded, but it's just a matter of time. And the message is like, enjoy it. Like, really don't stress over the move or whatever. Just let it savor the experience, go slow with things, unpacking and everything, and let the home nourish you rather than you running around after it. It's like, let it do the thing for you. You're very welcome. Thank you for coming in. It's lovely to see you as well. Okay, so we're going to Lacey. And Diane, hi, nice to see you. Feel free to post a question, Diane. Hi, Fatima. Okay, Lacey, mystery reading. Let's do it. It's very interesting. There's such a change of landscapes from the sunny new home with the nature. It kind of like, it changes into a little bit of a different scenery. And I see you walking in almost like in a landscape where there's like some of your feet, some of your legs and your feet are in water. And when I tune into the energy of that, I'm being shown that, and it's almost like you're moving into a space that the room is getting a little bit darker, and a sense that the light is starting to diminish a bit. And I want to say to you, turn the other way. You know, it's like, don't go there, go there. I feel like you're heading somewhere that you don't want to head to. And there's a sense that you can just turn around. That's the message here. Turn around is the message. And I'm feeling like a sense, no, like don't. And it doesn't have to be like really dramatic, but it could be like basically, okay, let me ask, what is this about? Why, what is it in connection to for Lacey? Your choices, life choices. You don't need to. And I don't think you realize what I'm being shown is that you can choose different, and that it's something in your choices, that what's being reflected right now is that you're not choosing for you. So if you're not choosing for you, who are you choosing for? Does it resonate in any way? Please take what resonates. Don't make it fit if it doesn't. If you're not choosing for you, who are you choosing for? You're not choosing from your inner being. Almost what I'm being shown. And it's funny because I normally don't get the feeling of going, unfortunately it does. Okay. And I'm not somebody who normally would go to, when I do a reading for somebody, I don't normally get to involve with saying no. And now I feel like I got in the reading. I feel like I'm in your reading. I don't get into people's readings. I see me in your reading and I go, hey, where you going? Like, and I'm not like the savior type at all, or the one getting into, I see me in your reading. I don't get into people's readings, so I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, where you're heading to feels darker, colder, and out of what's aligned for you. But it's almost like what I feel like is happening, and I'm seeing this image. And please understand, readings are there not to say like this will happen, but they're there to say also you can change it if you want to. It's there as a reminder that you don't need to do this, right? So you can change the energy at any time. You get to a point where, Lacey, you will hit the door. Not door, you will hit a wall. You keep on walking. The deeper you go in, the darker it gets. And it gets to a point where you just hit that, the edge of the thing. that's where I see you heading to. When you hit it, we don't know what's going to happen to make you hit that wall, but something will be happening where you will know. And that's the only thing it seems like will get you to turn around. I don't see you choosing different. And that's very hard to witness, people in that place, to be honest. I don't think you realize that you have the power to turn around. I don't feel it sinking in that you have the power to turn around. When I look at the energy of it, it's not necessarily even, I wouldn't say even necessarily that fear is the most predominant feeling, unless it's kind of really hidden within. I just don't feel you trust in your personal will and power, which is all solar plexus stuff. It feels it's coming more from a weak solar plexus. And let's face it, solar plexus is for a lot of people a weaker kind of chakra. It's not really the most activated, right? I just don't feel, even me getting into your reading saying no, I just feel like it's not like, oh, whoever. And the reason I think you're getting into that dark place is because you're almost like quieted the noise from around you. Anybody else who will tell you otherwise, you know, that actually you can do different. And you know what? Here's the thing. In essence, what this reading is about lessons. Sometimes we learn the lessons by just, we know we're not quite heading in the direction, but we just still do it until it clicks, until something happens where it just clicks. And that's okay. You know, just as long as, because it's a process, we all learn in different ways. Sometimes the advice won't be really what will help. Sometimes the hitting that wall is what will help, and that takes its time and process. And actually, it's not even, we all have that hitting of a wall for something in our lives at some point. I've had it. I'm sure I'll get it again. There's certain things that it might feel like we're easy to bring discernment. Other things we feel a lot more powerless. And I think that it's not about judging oneself. I'm definitely learning the hard way. Oh, I see it, girl. You're learning the hard way. And you know what? I don't know if it's going to be the hard way, but yeah, I see it. I see it. And here's the thing, it's not about judging, like being like self-flagellating about it, but it's a little bit tough to witness, but on the same time, it's your journey and it will get you exactly where you need to go. And in a way, those readings, they can be great as reminders or whatever, but you know, until you're ready, you're not ready to make the change. Do you know what I mean? I'm seeing the energy evolving. So shall I go there? Shall I tell you what I see more as it kind of evolves? I see you hitting the wall. I see you turning around because, quite frankly, there's nowhere else to go. And when you turn around is when I see you feeling the fear. I think there is a lot of fear, but the fear is hidden and is kind of pushed on the side. There's going to be a time where you face the fear and turn around anyway. And then I feel you're really feeling the feels in the whole of your body. You're starting to sort of like, almost like, it might be fear, but it doesn't matter because you start to feel, you start to activate yourself. You're not so choosy about, okay, I'm going to have this experience, but not this, you know? And that's great because you're going to learn the hard way. You're going to learn one way. I don't want to even call it a hard way. It's your way right now. And I think that's, so be it. Do you have any questions? Let me show you the card that I got. The card of appreciation. So one way of getting a little bit out of the rut is starting to appreciate the beauty, the things around you that are of support, the things that are going well, the things that are really sustaining you right now. And being able to, we know that gratitude is a great way of coming out of our rut. Appreciation, I think for me, is even deeper level of gratitude, because when you appreciate, is being in gratitude in action. With gratitude, it's almost like, okay, it's a bit of a process. When we appreciate, it's almost like, feels, I don't know, I might be making it up, but it feels something more organic about it. No questions. I appreciate your message. Okay, it resonated from the sounds of it. Don't give yourself a hard time, because I think you're already doing so. And you know what? It's all good. You know, we're all on a journey, and you're doing it your way. We're all doing it our way. But there will be a turnaround. I'm curious though to hear. I'm kind of looking. I'm just really amazed with the. If I could only show you what I'm seeing right now. When you turn around, you become a different woman. Because right now it's almost like there's been a shield that's been created around you. You've manifested that, you've built it, right? Like, so you can, and then you've kind of moved towards this space where there's no many other people around you. And obviously that's an energetic thing, right? We're talking about here, you know, you could be totally surrounded by people, but it's not what I mean. But when you turn around and all the feels come, and I see you looking up and down, like it's almost like you see how big what you're calling in is, and you feel a bit overwhelmed by it, but you also feel moved by it. And despite you feeling the feels, it's almost like, I just can't turn away from this now. You know what I mean? And there's something very moving about it, because A, you're becoming a lot more emotive. B, yes, okay, there's quite a bit of fear there, but it's also a lot of a sense of awe. Yeah. There's the phrase like being, like when we call something awesome, it's like, it's not like it's, oh, great or fab. It's like more like there's an element of scary and awesome, awe-inspiring kind of thing. So you feel like more awe-inspired by the vision in front of you. And it's actually really moving to witness that. So know that the moment will come. I can't, sometimes I'm getting very clear timelines. 3 and 6 as a timeline. Is it months? Is it years? I don't know. But the number 3 and 6 comes up. Is it 36 weeks? 36, I don't know. Months? I don't know. 3 or 6 years? It could be. But those numbers are the numbers that come up. So maybe make a note and see when that shift does take place. And I wish you well. Thank you for coming in for this reading. I really appreciate it. And please don't be unkind to yourself. I used to be very unkind to myself and hard on myself when already my life was hard on me. I was making it hard, you know. So then if life wasn't hard enough, I was being hard on myself on top of everything else feeling hard. So the last thing you want to do is be hard on yourself, you know. We all learn the way we learn. Oh, who would like to go next? Would anybody be interested in a reading? We've got Fatima. Hi, Angela. You can have a mystery reading or ask a specific question. Diane, if you're still there, just let me know. Gosh, it's getting dark now from 8 o'clock. It's starting to. It's still lovely out there. Fatima, hello, lovely. So good to see you again. Okay, Mr. Reading, yeah? Oh, interesting that, Fatima. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't my place at the background, because I heard some noise in the garden. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't being distracted by it. I'm seeing you, lovely, looking at the horizon, looking at a very wide open space of possibility right now. This is very exciting, seeing you in this space. Yeah, So I'm seeing you. It's Fatima. Feels really lovely energy, by the way. Looking ahead of you in a place of possibility and expansion. And you're looking well into the horizon in front of you. And it feels like you're very still, very calm as you're witnessing the space in front of you. And that's an energetic thing. And it's also a potentiality thing for you. And almost like in a very calm and contemplative way, asking yourself internally, what do I want to make of this? How do I move in this energy of expansion? Because you're already connecting with this energy, right? And you're being very kind of wisely opening up and thinking, okay, what do I want to do with this now? Here I am. This is possibilities. There's so many possibilities ahead. And it really feels like a very expansive path ahead of you. So what does Fatima need to know in relation to that? Is she best to do to make the most of this? I'm getting the energies going into slightly kind of different directions, right? So one is going there, one is going there. So it's like one going up and one going low. And almost like there's a sense of it's stretching you to like, kind of a little bit like a conflict. It doesn't feel like it's easy for you to just step into that space and interact and experiment and play. Please take what resonates, leave the rest. Let me know what does, so I know that I'm on the right track with this, yeah? But there's a sense of conflict, internal. That's internal. And that's kind of, in a way, the conflict is what's really keeping you put, as opposed to stepping into that space of expansion. Because it's almost like, here's how I see it. Yes, you're right. Okay, great. Thank you. Now, here's how I see it. It feels almost like if you release that tension around this inner conflict, or rather than release it, resolve it rather, right? Because we can't release tension. Conflict, we want to sort of resolve it. That feels more integrative, yeah? It feels like you're just stepping into taking your first step. You don't overthink it. Taking your first step, and then we have this incredible expansive space in front of you. You go, oh, I'm just gonna go there right now. I'm gonna play with this. It's almost like, it feels a little bit like I'm seeing my back garden, like a really big expansive garden space where there's like a playground there, and there's a little bit of this there, and a barbecue there, or what. And if I want to go there, oh, I want to go there now, I want to try this. It feels almost like you connecting with this next level of possibility, growth, and expansion. It really is very simple, by you just giving yourself permission to go and let your desire take you. And it's almost like you just put one step in front of the other. It doesn't feel like a big overthinking thing, but you're kind of like, you're very serious in your contemplation. I can see that you're very like, okay, how do I really want this? This feels really right. How do I do it when I have this split? And the solution is in resolving the conflict, the inner conflict, because the resolution is what's going to, it's really not that complicated when it comes to it. When the inner conflict gets to resolve, it feels a lot more like doing anything else. You're just living your life. You're putting one foot in front of the other. You're just making that choice as you go along. You're so on point. Okay, great. Now let's get a little bit stuck in, because I'm really into this conflict. No, I'm not into this conflict. I really want to get it. I really want to understand. I want to help you with this. Shall we look into it? Do you want to do that? Shall we look into it, the conflict? And would you like to help me resolve you that? I mean, let me know if you want to, because you might not want to. I don't want to go where you don't want to go. Yes, please. Okay, great. Okay. What is this conflict that Fatima is experiencing? I mean, I can tell you the energy first of all. Oh, expectation is the thing that's dragging you down. But oh my God, when I tapped into the energies, they feel so different. I mean, the energy, the thing is, Fatima, with this energy that I just felt and experienced and saw, it's like I don't see how it would be possible, the dragging energy of the expectation to actually hold you down, because it's just too good. The other thing, the energy, you have expectation on one hand, which is dragging you and is creating such a low vibration and so much burdensome energy. And it's almost like, I'm going to say something that's going to sound very weird, but it's exactly what I saw here. It's making you old. Your energy feels old through the expectation. And on the other hand, I see this other energy that is just, oh my God, the other choice, the other aspect of that conflict that is like what your desires are, what your heart says. It's basically, it just feels incredible. It feels so almost supernatural, so powerful, so vital, like as in vitality, so youthful, so expansive, so ecstatic and fun. And it feels like that's where it's at for you. You're feeling old. You're feeling old because you're holding on to expectation that's making you old. You're not old. It's the expectation that's making you old, because the energy I'm seeing on the other side, it's just something very different. How it makes you feel, what you expand into, and it restores your vitality and your youthfulness. I'm talking energetics now, obviously, So, yes, Leslie, absolutely. So know this, Fatima. Does it resonate, the expectation that I'm talking about, as the one of the energies of the conflict? Basically, one is choosing expectation, others' expectations of you, and the other one is choosing you. Let me know if it resonates. Are we looking at the right thing now? Have I got it right? Because I'd love to know if it does, and if we're on the right track, because otherwise we need to relook. Yes, it does. Okay, cool. It felt very much. I saw the word expectation. And this is the thing. Oh my God, they don't compare. Like, it can't. The thing is, to be honest, Fatima, I don't think this is going to stay for too long. It's impossible. And here's what I'm going to give as a solution to this, right? Here's how you're going to resolve the energy of conflict here. If we keep on leaning into the energy of your desires, if you let your heart keep on showing you what it wants, if you bathe in that energy, if you keep it alive, it's not going to be possible for the vibration of expectation to stand a chance eventually. I don't see how it's going to be possible with the energies I'm being shown. And that's not, I know I've read for you before. I know we work together as well. Like, I've not experienced this from you before. How this felt so alive, this energy, that desire, and that, for, the way I see you connecting with the energy of possibility and, expansion and growth, like, you're looking at the very depths of it. You're not just like, oh my God, look at that. It's not like you're kind of rabbit in the headlights. You're looking like straight in it, like a true mystic. You're looking at the eye of the thing. You know what that says to me? It shows to me that you are so dead serious about this world of possibility and expansion in front of you that is so obvious to you. You're so dead serious of it. And then this desire feels so strong. It's going to fall apart, my darling. That will, the expectation and you kind of holding on to it, or you, like, and I don't say that with everyone. I only say when I see the energy as it's being shown, that it's going to be inevitable for it to drop. So you can either assist the process, and as I said, the way you assist the process is by leaning into or allowing, continuing to allow that desire to keep on showing up for you and not squashing it. If you choose to squash it, the expectation will keep on winning. So that's the message I have for you. I'm just going to... Do you want me to show you the card I just picked? Do you want to see it? Are you ready for it? I'm not going to say anything about this card. I'm just going to show you the card and I'm going to keep quiet. Just want you to take a moment as we're ending this reading to think about how that connects to that expectation others have of you. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you for coming for the reading. Thank you for coming for the reading. It's really lovely to see your energetic evolution. Even if that conflict is not, and know that I have your back, my love, with this process. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for coming for this. You needed to hear this. Yeah, I'm sure you did. Thank you for coming in. I'm glad you did. Leslie, you're next. Lovely to see you. Please let me know, would you like a mystery reading? Would you like a specific question answered? I love mystery readings. I love specific questions. I particularly love mystery readings, but I'm happy to do whatever. Ooh, okay. You like mystery readings too? Okay, cool. A little bit of a kind of energy of, I wouldn't say anxiety, but like a pacing up and down. You know, when we sort of a little bit, restlessness is the word. There's a sense of restlessness, excuse me, as you're kind of moving up and down. And you kind of like twinkling your fingers, and you're kind of walking up, and there's a sort of sense of preoccupation and restlessness a little bit. What is this restlessness about? I'm getting shall I not, shall I not? Is this the right thing? Can I do this? Is it safe? Is that going to be okay? Yeah, there's a little bit of like a second guessing something, if it's going to be the right thing, if it's going to work out for you, if it's going to take you where you want. And almost there's a little bit of an energy of like, you don't really, kind of deep down, you don't really think you will. And that's partly what's creating a restlessness. It's almost like it's kind of a little bit been decided. I don't know by who, if it's imposed from the outside or if it's happening from the inside. But there's a sense almost like there's a clear limitation. And that limitation is almost like imposing. And then it's creating this restlessness. And here's what I want to say. And please let me know if any of this resonates, by the way, because I know I'm on the right track to go deeper in it. If this does resonate, I think, let me just check in with the energy. One of the things that it's being shown is that understand that for that to shift is that the core thing needs to shift. Yes, it resonates. Okay. So the solution to this is that for it to change, it needs to really start from within. And I'm being shown like a very core thing going on here. Core, where that limitation is being created by core belief. And this is creating the deepest issue in the dynamic you have around the situation. Is this around in relation to career and work? Because it feels like there's a core belief that you can't do it or that it won't work for you. That's where the work needs to begin. Shifting the belief and creating, rather than thinking like you have to go all the way into the issue of like the business or the subject or the relation, whatever it is, that's where the work begins, with a core, addressing the core thing. And maybe like looking at, okay, what if the goal was for me to then feel more comfortable around this? I don't know. What if the goal was to feel a little bit more comfortable around this particular thing? So rather than making it as the big goal, as the issue, going into the first thing. Yes, career work, reigniting a business in a different fashion, know what it did before. Yeah. For some reason right now, I'm getting a real big block internally, core belief around it. That's where to start with that core belief. It needs to feel a little bit more relaxed. This is creating a bit of tension right now. Can I ask you, do you resonate with this core belief? It feels like something that's really holding you back from really doing it, for really feeling like you can go all in. Because I'm feeling a belief that almost something in you feels that you can't make it work. And I would love you to feel more comfortable around this, so that when you do make a decision to put effort there, it feels a lot more like in flow for you. Yes, based on past experience. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's where the work is, not on the career right now. It's on the energetic aspect of this. And I'm really feeling very, very clear on this core belief. Can I just tune into the core belief? I want to find out what it is. What is this core belief that Leslie is having? I feel like it's a not being good enough. Not having the right expertise, being good enough. Self-worth kind of wounding. And I feel that's where the journey is at right now. Like, it'd really be helpful to go there first and let it stretch a bit. Let that kind of breathe, you know. When you start feeling a little bit more, you know, it will feel a little bit like it won't feel so sticky. That's exactly it. Yeah. Okay, that's good that this is the great thing with readings. They might not tell you anything new, but it's about pointing to the right direction, right? Like re-clarifying something that you're feeling in the first place. So I just want you to feel more comfortable and to address the wounding around this. You know, there's some really wonderful people that specialize on those things. I know belief coding is a really wonderful modality. I know there's people who do a lot of like work around this. I can send you some links. I don't know them personally, but I know belief coding is a modality. I know people who work with limiting beliefs. I mean, I do that too, you know, but I think there's some modalities that will be very interesting to work with. And I think the deeper container for that support will also be very important to you. Yeah. To do kind of sessions on those things, you know, I think will be very interesting. I'll send you a link to this particular modality. Yeah. I think this would be really the rather than thinking about the new business idea right now, go to the core. Start with the core issue, because that will kind of release and open up more things for you. And I'm seeing, as I say that, and I see you doing that, I see you kind of like then getting stuck in without thinking about it. Kind of again with a more of sort of sense of easefulness around the process of creation or even experimenting with a new business idea. I wouldn't start the business right now, though. I would do the energetic and that core piece of limiting belief work. it's a good feeling, not good enough. And it might be that more beliefs are kind of like connected around this. And yeah, working directly with that, I would just say for you. Let me just pick a card as well, if that's okay. Yeah, well, look at the cards. Let me show you. Angel of Strength. And sometimes the strength is all about kind of just the getting radically honest with ourselves about what the work is at, and having the courage to go and do the wound work, you know, because it is a wounding, and it is not like you don't want to bypass that, because then it will be sabotaging, or it will feel like you keep on like working on something that doesn't feel, you know, at the moment that feels too core to not to leave unaddressed, if it makes sense. So I hope this helped. I'm glad it resonated in the sense of, at least, you know. And yeah, I think working with some people on this will do, it could be a one-off session or whatever. I'll definitely send you some info. Please send me a message to remember so I don't forget. And thank you for coming. It was lovely to see you. Danielle, I'd love to read for you if you have a question, or would you like me to do a mystery reading? Let me know if you would. I'd be very happy to tune in. And ladies, I don't know if you know, I'm doing what you're experiencing with me now. It's not a special gift for the few. I'm teaching exactly how to do what I'm doing right now. Psychic energy is a thing. It's not rocket science. We all have the ability to read energy. It's just such a foundational human thing that we just haven't been taught in the past. It's not been part of our curriculum at school or how we grew up. But I'm teaching, and I'm starting a new course before the price goes further up next year. It's a certification course. It's in-depth, comprehensive course, very much based on practice, on how to read energy. And we're going to be doing energetic work as well, because like with Leslie, what's been coming up, like, you know, we all have our blocks, we all have our things that are holding us back, and we're particularly going to be working through old vows and contracts. We're going to be working on our subtle bodies, activating our subtle bodies, our third eye, pineal gland activation. We're going to be doing a lot of energetic work, so that we're also, whilst we learn the practice, I use my energy reading method practice. It takes up to 2 minutes to 3 minutes max when you're practicing at the beginning as a beginner, to really to focus on each energy reading. It's a very specific process I use, and we're kind of really we warming up the muscle, and then we really start working on the muscle for energy reading, so that you know how to tap into the source of what's going on for the people in your family, those you love, your relationships. Imagine being able to really get straight to the core of an issue, because you know how to read energy, and imagine the support that would give to your clients or to your family members. So if you're interested in knowing more, installments can start at £77 a month. I made them as accessible as possible for a whole year, or yeah, I've got different payment plans. We can talk about it if you want. But we're starting next Wednesday. It's at an evening time. Oh my God, my cat is out. I forgot. Hang on a minute. I need to bring her in because she gets lost. But bear that in mind. It's a course. It's starting next Wednesday, 7 p.m. British time. Let me get the cat in. Oh no, don't go out. Okay, she's in. What tends to happen when it gets dark is that she gets a little bit like she enjoys the dark outside, and then I can't see her like in the dark where she's at and how to go and grab her, because she enjoys being out a lot. So I'm glad she's in now. So yes, bear that in mind. Starting next Wednesday, the 4th, I still have 4 spaces available. So if it's for you, we'd love to have you. And really, this is all, the course is designed to start doing sessions so that you can really can use it on your existing clients, on your family, on anyone, and you get lifetime access, and that's not a small thing, to a community of all the other oracles from the course over the last 2 years. You get to be in a community of others where you get to practice together, where you get to connect with one another, where you get to ask for support, and that's also quite special to have. So bear that in mind. Anybody else for readings? I don't know who is in right now. Otherwise, I'm going to go. I think we're probably done. I think everyone's gone. So I want to say thank you so much for all of you who came for a reading. It's always an honor and a pleasure to given permission to read people's energy. It's not something I take lightly. I read always with the highest of intentions for people to give them the best advice possible, the insight to make empowered decisions. So, and know that anytime you receive a reading, this is not a fixed energy. Energy shifts. Sometimes readings are there to empower people to make different decisions. If they don't like the direction of how something is going, you don't need to learn the hard way. Sometimes it's to just like confirm where you're at. Other times it's just to really just tap into the future so that you can make more informed decisions about what is possible. And yeah, the majority of the times it's about confirmation and knowing that, you know, you're heading in the right direction. But thank you all for coming. Have a really beautiful remaining week, and I will speak to you soon. Lots of love.